Hi, I'm Roger Wakefield,
And I'm Julie Wakefield.
and today we're going to teach you how to network and how to develop your unique selling point, your USP. Now, having a USP, having something that separates you and makes you different than anybody else is huge in this industry or huge in any industry. And actually, Julie helped me with mine when we started the company to help make us different. Julie, how big of a deal is it to really be able to communicate with people that you're not like everybody else?
Well, it's huge. It's huge because we have a plumbing company. And so rather than saying anyone who has plumbing is our customer, we started thinking, what is it that really makes us different? Do we have a niche? And why should people do business with us? And that really helped us to define the reason that people should do business with us, because we don't do all plumbing.
And the thing, I like the way you put it because everybody has plumbing, but every single person out there is not our customer.
That's correct. That brings us to our second point.
So part of your USP is what problem do you solve? What problem can you solve that maybe every other plumbing company can't solve? And I talk about plumbing, but think about your industry. What can you do different than other people do that would set you apart from everybody else in that crowded arena? Pick something that not everybody's good at and become great at it, and that will definitely set you apart.
Right. That means you're going to have to do a little bit of research. You're going to have to look at your competition, watch their ads, go to their website, find out what they're doing, and try to do something a little bit different.
So when you discover your USP and what you do different, then you got to figure out why should people do business with you?
Right. So what I do is look at our customers that were happy, and this really helped us to define that. We looked at our success stories and thought, what was it that made them so happy? And then we started crafting that USP right to those customers because we knew we already found a niche in our broad company.
And you talk about finding a niche, plumbing is a big area. And I mean, plumbing considers swag, sewer, water, and gas, everything in your house. It all ties together. But there's a lot of companies that just say, look, we do all plumbing. And don't get me wrong, we can fix all plumbing, but we decided we wanted to develop our niche, or in Texas, our niche, and drill right down into it and get deep. So we did. We started learning more about slab leaks and leak detection than most other companies do. So what in your arena could you learn to do better than anybody else and make it your specialty? It's like being a doctor. Everybody is not the same type of doctor. They all refer to different ones. I've got people, plumbers, that refer business to us because we do something better than most companies do.
That's a great analogy, is using a doctor. Try to define what it is your specialty is, and if you don't know it, go learn it.
Okay, something you mentioned. We talk to our customers, and I like the way you did that because you can start by looking at your success stories to see what is it you're really good at and grow from there.
Right. We had a lot of people we found when we were doing the slab leak repairs and we were going in and finding those leaks. The other companies weren't finding them correctly, and we were doing it better. And so our customers were really happy. They were giving us rave reviews. They were referring us. And we thought maybe we should really define that as our company slogan.
Okay, so we talked about figuring out the customers, figuring out the success stories, figuring out what problem we solve for them. But you've got to get in there and figure out what pain they're having, what problems they're having. I mean, we could say we want to specialize in slab leaks or leak detection, but if nobody's got a problem with it, nobody's got a pain for it, there's no niche there. There's nothing to get specialized in. There's nothing to get
Right. There's
very,
no market.
meticulous about. You've got to know what can I do that people are looking for, that if I can fulfill this one little role, I'm going to have a lot of people to take care of.
Right. So you're looking at not only the pain, but you also might look for something that gives people pleasure, because you're looking for a way to solve problems through emotions, right? So if somebody can't find somebody that can find a leak in their home, they're going to have a lot of pain. They're going to want that fixed. However, you may be in an industry that gives pleasure. Maybe you're in a travel industry and people want to go on vacations and you can help them with that. So find out how you do things differently. Maybe you specialize in cruises. Maybe you specialize in adult resorts for people who just need to get away without the kids for a while. Find out that niche and really focus on that.
And one thing we talk about all the time is defining your avatar, defining your perfect customer. And if you learn to talk to that customer and you learn to communicate with them and see how they compare with your success stories, you'll know what to look for and how you can actually help people.
Right. We actually went right down to, is this a male or a female? What age range are they? What do they do for a living? You know, we need to look at everything so that you actually create a picture in your mind of what that customer is.
And the neat thing is, when you're out networking and you look at all these things that you do, that you specialize in, and your success stories, when you're talking to people, you can relate them to one of your customers. And that makes talking to them so much easier because you understand pain points that your perfect customer or your success story had gone through, and you tie all that together.
Right. It really, stories tell because they connect things together for you, and people can relate to it when you say, I've seen this before. I just helped somebody near you solve the same problem.
And what about somebody who's new to this? Maybe you don't have any success stories, but maybe this is something you've done for a long time. Look at the customer that you want to serve. Look at what your specialty is or what you're really, really good at. Start looking at the customer that you want to serve and start building your customer list based on that.
Absolutely. And you know, you can also look at your competition, find out what they're doing. And this is a great way to come in and say, I do things differently, because what do you do different is a big question as to why people would want to do business with you.
Find out what your competition's doing and find a way to do it better. Another thing that Julie taught me in the beginning is trying to figure out who your synergy partners are. Who are the people that you can build synergistic relationships with that not only can help you, but that you can help them. And me owning a plumbing company, I can't tell you how many times I've been inside somebody's house working and they're like, do you know an AC guy? It's like, you know what? I do. And it's because I've networked and built those great partnerships and relationships with other people that I know, love, and trust.
Right. You want to have that great referral partnership with other people near your industry, but you also want to find out who can connect you to your customers. So one of the things we did when we started defining our avatar is one of our avatars was a real estate agent. Someone who did not have a good plumber that they could trust, and we found them, and they can connect us then to the homeowners.
And I like the way you brought up the real estate agent, because when I'm out networking, if I see a real estate agent, you can bet I'm going to talk to them. But I always start out, do you love your plumber? And if they say yes, I'm done. I'll turn around and walk off. And they're like, wait. I want to talk to you. It's like, look, if you love your plumber, that is a good thing to do.
Keep him.
How can you talk to your customer and make them think, wow, you know what? I do want to talk to him. And sometimes being willing to walk away might be that little tip or trick.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's also good to always maintain those good relationships. We always go to the networking events where the realtors are. So they have special networking events for realtors. So if that's the person that can connect you to your customers, find out where they hang out, and you hang out there too.
And this all comes back to defining your unique selling point. And one that you've always talked to me about that's really good is finding people that have the same values that you do.
So important.
You know, I want things done right. And that's why we harp and we teach our guys doing things right is huge. But the thing is, some people aren't like that. They're like, look, I just want it fixed. I don't want to spend any money. I want it done by the cheapest person that'll do it. And we go back to everybody's not your customer.
Right. And you know, your name is on that referral. So we talked about this in our networking meeting just this morning, where somebody had referred someone to a customer and it didn't work out well. And it ended up that person who gave the referral lost the customer as well. Your name is on it. So you have to make sure that the people you are referring will do the job the way you want it done. I love it when Roger says, I'll take better care of your customers than you do. That gives people peace of mind that he's going to take care of them, and he's going to make you look good because you gave them the referral.
So knowing how to develop your USP, knowing how to work on it, knowing how to build it, knowing how to define that niche and get right down in the middle of it and get good and deep, so you know that when you talk to someone about something, you know it better than most people do. That is one thing that can really set you apart and always make them remember who you are and what you do.
Don't forget, the riches are in the niches. Had to say it Texas-wise in order to make it work.
There you go. I'm Roger Wakefield,
I'm Julie Wakefield.
and we are teaching you how to network.